Have you failed the CSP exam once, maybe twice, or even 3 times? Okay, stop whatever you're doing and listen up. This isn't just another study guide. Think of this as an intervention.
You know that awful gut punch feeling when you walk out of the testing center? That total embarrassment? Yeah, I get it. We see this all the time. It is absolutely brutal, especially when you've put in all the hours and you know you're good at your job.
If that sounds even a little bit familiar, then you're in exactly the right place. And trust me, we're about to fix it. Now let's get one thing crystal clear right now. Failing this exam does not mean you're a bad safety professional. It doesn't. You are good at what you do.
The problem isn't you, it's your approach. It's like you're preparing for a battle, but you're using the wrong weapons and a totally outdated map. Well, that ends today.
So let's get right to work. We are going to break down the 5 exact mistakes that are holding you back from passing the CSP, and more importantly, we're going to give you the fix for every single one.
All right, mistake number 1, and honestly, this is the big one. You're studying for the wrong test. You're treating the CSSP like it's some high school final exam, and that's precisely why you're failing.
You're probably stuck in what I call the OSHA Trap. You're just memorizing regulations, right? But the CSP isn't a memory test, not even close. It's an analytical exam. It tests your ability to apply management principles and best practices that go way beyond just minimum compliance.
So here's the fix. You have to shift your entire mindset. Stop asking, what's the regulation? And start asking, what's the best possible solution here? Think about the hierarchy of controls. You need to engineer the hazard out, not just put up a warning sign. That's how a certified safety professional thinks.
Okay, let's talk about mistake number 2. And I know you're doing this. You see the math section in the study guide and you think, it's a pretty small percentage, I'll just skip it and make up the points somewhere else. Let me tell you, that is a fatal error.
See, the exam has changed. The math isn't in its own neat little box anymore. Oh no, it is woven into these complex scenarios. They'll give you a whole story about, say, a chemical spill, and it's up to you to figure out which formula to use, convert all the units, and then solve it.
And these are the killers. Financial calculations to justify a safety investment to management. Basic geometry for a storage tank. You know, those tricky unit conversions that trip you up and just make you waste precious time. These aren't just math problems, they're safety management problems that just happen to use numbers.
The fix here is super simple and tactical. 1. Memorize the key formulas. I'm telling you, they will not all be provided. 2. Drill your unit conversions until they are second nature. And 3. Download the TI-30XS calculator emulator and practice with it. Do not let that clunky interface at the test center be the reason you fail.
Let's move on to mistake number 3, and this one is all about the clock. Look, you can know everything in the blueprint, but if you don't manage your time, you will fail. This exam is an endurance event.
The CSP is a 5.5-hour mental marathon. I'm not kidding. After about hour 3, your brain just turns to mush. You get stuck on one hard question, you start second-guessing yourself, and then, boom, an hour's gone. You're not just fighting the test, you're fighting total mental burnout.
So, here is your game plan. Rule number 1, 90 seconds per question, max, on your first pass. If you're stuck, you flag it and you move on. Go bank the easy points first. Rule 2, build your endurance. You absolutely must take at least 2 full-length time practice exams to feel what that 5.5-hour grind is actually like.
Now this next mistake might be a little tough to hear. You feel like you're studying, but what you're actually doing is just consuming content. You're being passive, and it's creating this dangerous illusion that you know what you're doing.
I know it feels great scoring 80 or 90% on those pocket prep apps, but it's a trap. You've seen the questions so many times, you've simply memorized the answers, not the logic behind them. You haven't learned to think, you've just learned how to pass a little quiz.
So the fix is to get active. Stop watching videos and start doing problems. Work through hundreds of practice questions, take the full mock exams. And hey, if you failed before, use that score report. Go deep on the areas where you were weak. Stop studying everything and start studying what you actually don't know.
Okay, let's talk about the final mistake. And honestly, it's the most counterintuitive one of them all. Your years of real-world, on-the-job experience? That might be the very thing that's causing you to fail.
We call this the experience paradox. See, in the real world, safety is full of compromises, right?
It's based on budgets and politics and company culture. But the CSP exam isn't testing your real world, it's testing your knowledge of ideal best practices, the BCSP way. This right here is your biggest weakness. You read a question and you immediately think, well, at my plant, we would just stop. Just stop right there. That answer is almost always going to be wrong. You have to forget how you do it. You have to answer how the BCSP says it should be done.
Here's how to fix this. You have to elevate your thinking. You should always prioritize engineering solutions at the absolute top of the hierarchy of controls. You need to understand high-level concepts like management of change. And remember, the new blueprint makes program management and leadership almost half the exam. This is a management test, not a technician test.
So let's bring it all home. If there's one thing you take away from this, it's this. The CSSP is not about what you can memorize. It's a test of how you analyze, prioritize, and manage risk at a strategic, high level.
The path forward is really clear. Stop memorizing, master the math, build a solid game plan, get active in your studying, and escape that experience trap. You are not defined by a failed attempt. You're defined by how you recover. Fix these mistakes, change your strategy, and you will pass this exam. Now, go get it done.